Good morning, Starshines. Hello, hello, welcome. Good morning. And a very exciting morning it is. Today's the day! The day is the 24 hours of cross-stitch raid train. Welcome, guys. I am so incredibly excited to be here. I got really, really lucky in that Moon and Nastasia allowed me to be the very first stop on the raid train. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome. And I'll explain what a raid train is in a minute. But let me say hello to everyone first. Hello, Moon. Welcome in. Speak of the Devil. Hello, Toot. Hello, Shazi. Hello, Muffin. Hello, Kali. Hello, Charlie. Hi, Mike. Hi, Binks. Binks is screaming in my ear. I don't know if you can hear her. Okay. As soon as she gets close to the mic, she stops yelling. Yes, I guess my noise gate would keep her out too. But she is yelling in my ear. And good morning, Gardens, as well. Thank you for the breathe and stretch, Toot, and thank you for pouring my daily coffee. So let's do a quick breathe and stretch. Hello, Q-Snap. Alright. So you guys remember how to do the breathing with me? We're gonna breathe in for 3 seconds, hold for 3 seconds, and breathe out for 3 seconds. Alright, so in, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, in, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, out, 2. Lovely. And hello, welcome in, Cat, welcome in, Nightmare Gem. Hello, everybody. Thank you for the hydrate, Gardens. Let's got my coffee here. And Toot has... Everybody's saying hi to everybody. I love the energy this morning. I'm so excited to meet new friends today. Get to discover new creators. Most of the creators on the raid train I've never watched. Like, I might have heard the name, but I've never actually watched. So we're gonna do... First of all, Toot has poured my coffee. Thank you so much for that. So her name goes on my coffee cup for the stream. A little bit of tape ASMR for you there. And I need to update that marketplace announcement because we sent out our shop email yesterday. So like our catalog with all of our exclusives and everything to the shops. And already 3 shops have listed our patterns for pre-order, which is amazing. Yes, Gem, raid train, and thank you Toot for pinning the raid train message along with the full stream schedule. In addition, there are 2 badges that you can earn by watching my stream. One is if you sub at any point during the stream, you get a fancy badge, but you get the regular badge if you watch my stream for, I think it's half an hour. So you just have to stick around for half an hour and you will get the raid train badge, which is very, very cool. And thank you, Moon and Nastasia, again for setting that up. Nope, it's an hour. Okay, it is an hour. I think I had originally set it for half an hour, and then I couldn't decide. But hi, everyone. If you're not familiar with me, this is your first time watching, or you've only dropped in a few times. My name is DH. My pronouns are they, them. I am a cross-stitcher as well as cross-stitch designer. Toot and I design under the name The Cozy DH Stitchery. And yeah, we have many children. All of them, well, most of them have legs. None of them are human. And what else about me? I like coffee, and I only took my meds about 20 minutes ago, so we've probably got another 20 minutes of me being wildly unmedicated. Thank you for doing the DH command, which I set up for exactly this thing. I stitch Saturday mornings. This is actually my regular stitching time, 10 a.m. I do co-working on Monday and Thursdays as well. And so if you're interested in kind of seeing the behind the scenes of being a cross-stitch designer, I show a lot of what I'm working on during those streams, like pattern design, as well as the behind the scenes of like putting together the pattern PDFs and doing all the socials and everything like that. So welcome in. And I'll probably end up talking about design quite a bit. I seem to always end up doing that during streams. But yes. Alright, welcome to the raid train. We are kicking it off in a most cursed fashion. Jilly, did you get a resub? Is it not showing up? Hi Jilly, welcome in. Jilly with maybe the 9-month resub? Subiversary. Nice, welcome in. Hi Jilly. I don't know why it's not showing up, but let's get you your sticker before I get into the stitching. Shazzy says, taking my meds consistently with me going out to the car. I'm not awake. Thanks! Sorry about that. We're doing some coworker appreciation. This is Early. You can't really see her very well at the moment. This is Early. She often lives on my desk, and you'll see her a lot during co-working streams. But we're getting Jilly her sticker. So this is my stitching book, but this page is the Cozy Community Scrapbook. If you've ever been to one of Moon's streams, she does something very similar. But basically every sub, gift sub, or bit donation gets a sticker on the page, and then we gradually fill them up. There's a different theme every month. May was, of course, Star Wars. So Jilly gets a sticker. These are the options. You see any pumpkins that are calling out to you. I kind of like this white one that's happy, or this blue one kind of reminds me of you.
Good morning,
yay, it worked.
The earth says hello.
Hey! Thank you for the resub, Jilly. 9 months. So yeah, let me know if you have a pumpkin preference. I went for a Summerween theme in July because it's already Halloween season in my heart. Hi, Binks. I think I'm going to go the white one sticking out its tongue. This one, yeah. Alright, so we're going to put you right here between Commander and Mike. And then I need to find my little... And this is for Julie for 9 freaking months. Thank you so much. So yes, if you would like to get a sticker, subs, gift subs, or cheer bits, and you'll get a sticker in the book. Alright. So thank you again for the resub. GG Perrow at the peak of you. Baby. So now I can show you a little bit better Toot's name on my mug. There we go. Perfect. I'm having a Degrassi Junior dye, which is French vanilla flavored. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I kind of got the Degrassi Junior dye as like a default coffee if I was doing something fancy with syrups or creamers. But I've come to really enjoy it, just like for itself. So today, we are working on a shop sample. You guys might recognize this. It was a Patreon exclusive in February. This is the Cozy Cursed Quaker. It is 4 of the most violently neon colors that DMC offers. This is all DMC, which may surprise some people because DMC isn't really known for their neons. Muffin says, I love it so much. So this one is coming out of the Patreon vault in October. So I want to get this finished by October, but obviously I have other shop samples to stitch on as well. A streak from Jilly. Thank you for the streak. Thank you, Toot. But yes, this is, as you can tell, I have a themed needle minder. But this was such a fun pattern to design because I went wildly unhinged with it, and it's quite large. It's,
Good morning,
200 by...
starshine.
Moon! Thank you so much for the gift subs! Heck. Moon, thank you so much! Yeah. Binks, are you thanking Moon for the gift subs too? Yeah, so many cats. Thank you so much, Thank you so much, Binks. Yep, thank you so much, Moon. That's so sweet. Alright. Out comes the book again. Alright, we already did a witchy sticker for Moon here. So Moon, do you see a pumpkin that you like? I like this green one with the glasses. That one's cute.
Good
And
morning,
Toot, thank you so much for the gift
starshine.
sub.
The earth says
Heck.
hello.
Yes, the glasses one. All right, and then we need one for Toot. I think maybe this one, this pink one, might be a good one for Toot's usual morning mood. Yes, Toot core. All right, we're gonna go for the Toot core. See if I can get you right there. Toot. Gift. And Moon. 5 gifts. Thank you guys so much. Everybody enjoy your new emotes. Welcome to the community. You will also get, if you are in our Discord, you get a special role if you are a subscriber. It's called Pillar of the Community, and that is anyone who supports us on Ko-fi or on Twitch. I couldn't get it to connect automatically to anything else, so that's what it's connected to. But thank you guys so much. That's so sweet. A level 3 hype train. Heck. Raid train, hype train. It's train day. We are train. I was about to say we're train spotting, which is not what we're doing.
Good morning, starshine.
Charlie, thank you so much for
The
the
earth says
sub.
hello.
The resub for 4 months. Thank you so much. All right. The transgender stream, everyone. Okay. All right, Charlie, same question. If you see a pumpkin that you like, let me know. I like this orange one with the cheesy smile. You want a purple pumpkin? All right, so we've got angry purple pumpkin. Another angry purple, sick purple pumpkin. Purple pumpkin on fire, and then this one with the big eyes. I already used the kissy one for Toot, so I wanna mix it up a little bit. Your options are best pumpkins. All right, best pumpkins. Go up here. I think I might need to move that actually because I don't think I left myself enough space to write. Hey Gwen, welcome in. Woo woo, choot choot, toot toot. I can't get that up. Okay, we're rolling with it. This is Charlie. 4 months. All right. Thank you guys for all the support. We really appreciate it. Really appreciates it too. See, she's coming to give the scrapbook a little smoochy smooch. Thank you guys so much. Next month, the theme is going to be cats, and there's going to be 2 scrapbook pages next month. One is going to be our regular, like, monthly scrapbook, and then the other one is going to be a special scrapbook for our fundraiser. And I'm going to be posting when Pokes Twitch.
Is such a thing even possible?
I'm not allowed to stitch anyways. Muffin says cats. I love those. I do too. But yeah, I'll tell you guys a little bit about the fundraiser in a second. If I'm allowed to stitch. Wizard will cry on, that's what we're doing. So if you guys have never visited our stream before, there's cats. Alright, maybe Cryon will tell us about the fundraiser. Maybe. So, no word from our sponsor. Are we sponsored by Cryon? That would be amazing. I use Oracle cards and Tarot cards. I almost said tattoo cards. Meds kick in, please. I use Oracle cards and Tarot cards in my daily life. This is not a dig at anyone who uses Oracle cards. This deck just happens to be wildly unhinged. The Angel Cryon spoke to the people of Earth, channeled by Lee Carroll, who wrote several books, and then distilled that wisdom into this 50-card Oracle deck. And so every Saturday we shuffle the deck and see what the Angel Cryon has to tell us. Sometimes it's helpful. Sometimes it's wildly unhinged. So you never know what you're gonna get from Cryon.
Good morning,
Lady K, thank you for the resub. Alright, let's see what Cryon has to say. And then we'll get Lady K a sticker as well. Sorry for the card shuffling ASMR here. A little bit of a aggressive ASMR. Thank you so much for the resub though. I really super appreciate that. 19 months. Holy cow. You guys been sticking around for a while. Alright, so stretch my fingies a little bit. These cards are just slightly too big to shuffle comfortably. So we're gonna do 1 cut, 2 cut. Alright. You are moving away from the paradigm of the immune system into the paradigm of the thymus. You are shifting, therefore, from interception and destruction to understanding and harmony, balancing differences, and creating peace. I don't want to move away from my immune system. I know it's not working great, but I kind of need that. You are moving away from the paradigm of the immune system into the paradigm of the thymus. You are shifting, therefore, from interception and destruction to understanding and harmony, balancing differences and creating peace. Yeah, Toot says first part unhinged, but second part maybe needed to be heard. Yep. Creating peace, the fundraiser, exactly. It all comes together. It all ties together. So thank you, Cryon, for blessing us this day. Oh, I'm so sorry, Muffin. Muffin paradigm their thymus. Time isn't real, but this Saturday morning ritual is nice. Oh, I'm glad you enjoy it. I'm glad I can be like a nice little ritual for you. Alright, so Cryon deck goes away. The book comes back out. So this is my book. If you've seen Moonstream, I also keep a physical log. So this is my July page. I did like a summer ween theme. These are my starts this month, my finishes, my whips. No, this is early. Early's tail is gray. Early. Early has a gray striped tail. And then these are the whips that I came into the month with. I keep track of my daily stitches. I have our community scrapbook, and then at the end of the month I do a little stats recap for the business. Thank you for the coworker appreciation. Let's give Early some scritches here. Hi, Earls. Hey. Gonna settle down, or you just gonna do little screamies at me? No screamies. Okay. Lady K, please let me know if you see a pumpkin you would like. I kind of like this one with the dowdy face. Moon has coffee and sugar cereals now. Exactly. This is your grown-up cross-stitchy Saturday morning cartoons. So you need sugar cereal for sure. This one with the cheesy grin is nice too. Yeah, so you need your sugar cereal, you need your PJs, maybe a blankie on the couch. Fuzzy has a Celsius. Oh, you're on mobile? Okay. No worries. Muffin is googling thymuses. I think the thymus gland is at the back of your skull and it deals with regulating hormones. Alright, so for Lady K then, I am going to grab this someone listening to the Wisdom of Cryon sticker. Put it down here. Oh, the thyroid! You are right, Gwen. That is the thyroid. The thymus is something else. Thymus is apparently in the chest. I was definitely thinking of the thyroid. It's apparently in the chest. I have a medical certificate. I should have known that. Alright, Lady K. You get a big fancy K just because I felt like it. Your thyroid was in your neck, it gave up, rip in peace. I have to go back now. Okay, 19 months. He says, imagine having a corporeal form. Imagine. Moon, are you at a PC, and if so, can you give Toot a quick shout out? Toot has no corporeal form, but does stream. 4 times a week. Very cozy, no commentary gameplay. So if you're looking for an amorphous void in the form of a cryptid to spend your mornings with, toot your person. Hey, Blue Opal, welcome in. Like, somehow saying Blue Opal triggered my Google Home. Muffin with the visit. Yes, Toot has been playing Played Up twice a week with the Twitch integration on. So much fun. Okay, I missed a few thymus messages. Bodies are weird, yes. Mr. Shazi's thyroid forces him to take meds. Yeah. Unfortunately, we know what that's like. Toot has grand taste in games. Toot really does. Right now, the rotation is Sunday, Ghost Church is Phasmophobia. That's going to be tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Monday and Wednesday is Played Up. And then Friday is Hades 2. Such a good mix of games. So sorry for the thymus chat. No worries. Who said it? Someone said that it's about... apparently the thymus teaches your immune cells not to attack yourself. I see. Okay, Gwen, that kind of makes sense in the bringing peace. But that analogy really relies on you knowing what the thymus is. And Opal, no problem. we got a new Wi-Fi network like a week ago, maybe 2 weeks now, and I still haven't set up the Google Homes on the new Wi-Fi, so every now and then it comes to life and is like, I can't do that for you. I have no internet. One says I was going to get up and do a run this morning because you have a lot to do this afternoon, but well, I encourage you, if going for a run is what you want to do, I encourage you to do that. If you need the rest, I also encourage you to do that. Which was not very helpful. Also, Nastasia, hi! You slipped in and I didn't see you. Hello, Nastasia. The other coordinator of our raid train today. Ah, raid train! So excited. I have a very cozy day ahead of me. So if you guys are here and you don't know what a raid train is already, Moon and Nastasia both put up a wonderful FAQ. But basically, at the end of my stream, we are going to raid on out to another streamer, another cross-stitch streamer, who is then going to raid on out to another cross-stitch streamer, who's going to raid on out to another cross-stitch streamer, and so on and so forth. So all you have to do is not close this browser window. And if you get lost or the raid train doesn't sweep you up in it, there is a schedule posted. Toot has it pinned. A wonderful full walk. What did I say that was full walk? Full walk. Oh, FAQ. Yeah. Walk. Charlie's doing a very loose 24 hours thing, just going with the flow. I'm also doing a loose 24 hours thing. I just want to see how far I can get on this project this weekend. I didn't get as much stitching in yesterday as I wanted to. I only got about 200 stitches in.
Good morning,
I'm really looking forward to
the earth says
just stitching
hello.
along this afternoon. Following the raid train, doing some stitching, puttering around my office, puttering around the house. It'd be good. Etheria, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Nastasia added the schedule as your channel trailer. That's a good idea. It's so tiny in panels, yeah. Yeah, I have it, actually, I forgot to turn that on. Charlie is doing the Lost Vines blade by Needle Art Designs on plastic canvas. Yeah, that's a gorgeous one. Lady K had a frog. No. The Grim Reaper comes for us all. I hope you're still enjoying it. Lady K is new to cross-stitch. Wonderful embroiderer, but new to cross-stitch. I'm very much hoping that he continues to enjoy it. Frog is sectioned 3 times. Once because all was off one stitch to the left. No. Oh. And you're working on a Quaker, and those are much harder to fudge. Because they have to be so symmetrical. So either you have to get it completely right, or you have to remember your error and then mirror it and rotate it so that it works. You are enjoying it, otherwise it would have been burned. Hilarious. I did know a knitter who legitimately took a project off the needles, marched out back to the fire pit, and tossed the project in. Because it was cursed. And not cursed in a good way, like this is cursed in a good way. This is the Cozy Cursed Quaker. So it is a Quaker style pattern. If you haven't seen the whole thing, it is 3 central medallions surrounded by other themed medallions and such motifs. That is Furby themed. And Toot says, speaking of curse, your project photo keeps jump scaring you. Exactly. That was entirely the point of the project photo. Hey Commander, welcome in. You're looking for seat 20 in car 4. No, this is your train. Take a seat, grab a coffee. See you, Charlie. Thanks for hopping by. Thanks for the resub. Chelsea says frogging and cross stitch is not as satisfying as with crochet. Whoa. The noise just lets you know it's working. Ugh. Refreshments will be in the train car in 69 minutes. In the dining car, I should say. So yeah, this pattern is going to be coming out for everyone. It was a Patreon pattern in October, so I'm very, very excited about that. It's John Commander. So. Lady K's done. So Needlework Marketplace. Let's talk Needlework Marketplace after I have a little drink of liquid. Needlework Marketplace. I sent out my shop email. Did you ever talk about the fundraiser? I didn't. Let's talk about Marketplace first, and then I'll talk about the fundraiser. Good point, Glenn. I sent out our catalog to shops yesterday morning, and already, sorry about that. Already 2 shops have actually listed our patterns for pre-order, and 1 shop got in touch and says that she's going to, which, like, it's the weekend, man. I didn't expect anybody to be that fast on the draw. So there is a pinned post in the Discord server that I'm going to keep updating as I get in touch with more and more shops. But like I said, I sent it out yesterday morning, and I really wasn't expecting to get any responses yesterday, because I do feel slightly bad for these shop owners, because there are over 100 designers. So they're about to deal with over 100 emails in their inbox being like, you want to buy my stuff? You want to buy my stuff? Please buy my stuff. Look at my stuff. Have you seen my stuff? So, like, if it takes them a while to get back to me, it takes them a while to get back to me. But so far, you can head on over to the Stitch and Kitten, as well as Barefoot Needle Arts, and our patterns are available for pre-order there, which is so cool, so exciting. Yeah, and hopefully more to come, because I know a lot of people were asking where to find them. Also, if you do have an LNS, you can also ask them, one, if they're shopping at Needlework Marketplace, and if they are, if they can pre-order one of my patterns, one of, like, any of the patterns for you. We're in the pre-order period where you can just ask them to order stuff for you, and you don't have to rely on them ordering it in, like, as part of their stock. But make sure it ensures that you get a copy instead of waiting to hope that they decide to stock that particular one. Fall back! Thank you for the hydrate, Moon. I have a little tiny knot in this thread and it's driving me nuts. Thanks for the update, Toot. Okay, so let's talk about the fundraiser. I feel like I have like an agenda here, but I really don't have an agenda of topics to discuss. This is just what's happening now. All the news and updates that are fit to share as I stitch a neon yellow Furby onto this Quaker style sampler. So, month of August, you guys have probably seen the pattern. I've been working on it on stream a lot, and that is Cat Cafe. We are going to be selling this pattern as part of a fundraiser for Tobean's Cat Cafe, which is a local organization that takes in cats from all different rescues, and then like adopts them out. And they work really hard to find the right homes for the right cats. If you follow their social media, they are posting cats for adoption multiple times a day, but you have to go through a pretty intensive application before you are allowed to adopt, which I really super appreciate. I had to provide 2 personal references in order to adopt Glenn, which I love that for us. Also, here's early. So that's where we adopted Glenn, and we decided that we wanted to support them for a fundraiser. It was Toot's idea, actually, as a way to celebrate our anniversary, which is August 22nd. So instead of doing something fancy for our anniversary, we are doing this fundraiser. So there are going to be 2 ways that you can support. Well, 3 ways that you can support, really. The first one is by buying the pattern, which will be available on our website on August 1st. And it's not just for the month of August, but all the proceeds from this pattern forever, like every single sale of this pattern, is going right to Tobean's. We aren't going to take a single cent of it. There's also going to be an option to just donate to Tobean's in increments of $5. So whatever, if you want to just make a donation, you can do that too. The third way is by hyping up the fundraiser. I know a lot of people aren't always in a position financially to support a cause like this, even if they really want to. So sharing it, talking about it, letting your friends and family know, reposting our posts, all of that is really going to help. On August 15th, I'm going to be doing a special fundraising live stream. So I'll be doing my usual Saturday morning live stream, but we're going to be really pushing the donations. I'm going to have a scrapbook page for any donations received during it's going to be already started, because any donations received from community members I'm going to put in, and then any donations received during that stream, they're going to get a sticker as well. The really cool thing, so I'm doing my regular cross stitch, however, the really cool thing is that we are going to keep the fundraising hype going, and immediately after my stream, Toot is going to start streaming a plate up restaurant from scratch, and she's going to stream until the restaurant dies. It could be 2 hours, it could be 3 hours, it could be 6 hours. We don't know. So that is going to be August 15th. It's going to be so much fun. Moon with the visit, and thank you for the shout out. It says, ooh, and we all know Toot is a plate up master. Toot is a plate up master. So yeah, so that's going to be the pattern's coming out August 1st. The other really cool thing, So I'm really excited to get the pattern out. I'm really excited for Toot's like extra long stream. And then as well, Toot suggested putting together some kits for the cafe. It says it's going to be a coffee shop, so chances are it'll be 5+ hours. Yes. Toot suggested putting together some kits because the cafe has a little shop attached to it where you can buy like they've got, you know, cat toys and kickers and pins and stickers and all kinds of cat themed merch. So we were going to donate 10 kits to the shop, like just give them the kits so they can sell them. I would tell them like how to price it. So I reached out to our LNS Keymat and I said, you know, we're doing this fundraiser. First of all, would you be willing to share it on your socials? Second of all, would you be willing to donate some supplies towards it, or even sell us the supplies at cost in order to support this? They donated all of the supplies, all the floss, all the fabric for 10 kits. Like, no question, no hesitation, just here you go. It's a good cause. So that gave me the warm and fuzzies for sure. I know, it was so sweet. So to put up the link to Keymat, if you're in Canada, they do ship. And if you're in Southern Ontario, you can go visit them. Shazzy says that's so awesome, and Muffin says that's amazing. It is amazing. Like, I got that email back from them and I literally teared up. So all we need to pay for the kids is the printing of the booklet, which is incredible. Just absolutely amazing. So yeah, that's going to be the fundraiser. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be so much fun. And you may or may not get sick of me talking about them. But it's really a great place because they work with so many rescues, and it's often hard for rescues to match up with adopted families. Like, they don't often have the infrastructure to make that connection. So Tobin's, because they allow people to come in and get to know the cats one-on-one, as well as having that really intensive adoption process. So they take over matching up these cats with forever homes. And they're great. They are fantastic. They were so warm and lovely, and they really care about the cats under their care. They don't separate bonded pairs. They help home disabled cats, and we love that. Especially the bonded pairs thing, because I don't know if if you guys have heard this story. I know I've told it on stream before, but the reason that we adopted early is because we weren't intending on adopting a cat. We were at the pharmacy and there were cats for adoption in the shop across the way. So of course we wandered over, and there was this beautiful white and gray cat with only one eye makeup done. And she was in the big display, and we read the title card. It was like, oh, it's Lucy and Ethel. That's so cute. That's like a great bonded pair name, Lucy and Ethel. And we're like, okay, but there's only one cat in here. Where's the other cat? And then we see a white and gray cat leaving the store being adopted by someone else, and we were like, what? You can't do that. You can't break up a bonded pair like that. So we brought Lucy home like instantaneously, And we renamed her Early. This little girl. Yeah. Earls. Moon says it was so shitty of the adopters and the shop. Yeah. Like, it shouldn't have been allowed to happen. And it definitely shouldn't have been allowed to happen in that way. And like, if you are cat people, you should know better. Toot says the shop is thankfully out of business. Yeah, it is. It is out of business now. Which I am grateful for. But yeah, that's how we adopted Early. We thought we were going to stop at 2. We had Bella and Pico, and we were like, okay, 2's enough. Oh, when I say 2 is not enough. Dude says, but that's probably why Early has struggled so much. That's very true. Early has always struggled to be part of the colony. But now she's got her own little bog witch happy place. And she loves me. So she's got her favorite person by her often. Moon says Yuna was brought in with her little brother. They were both 5 weeks, so it's hard to say if they were bonded. But we adopted Yuna, and someone in the vet waiting room adopted her brother. I often think what it would have been like if I'd adopted both. Yeah, you can never know. You never know. But you have given Yuna such an incredible life. She's really fortunate to have you. And her new dad. Not so new anymore. It says I didn't have a choice. Yeah. That's hard too. My wardrobe was just slightly out of reach. Moon says, yeah, I'm really thankful she ended up with us so I can give her the care she needs. I often think about that with our kids, especially with Glenn, because he is such an active boy. Active boy. That I think someone who was less understanding, less well-versed in cat behavior would have just given up or treated him poorly just for being the way that he is. And like, I mean, I get frustrated with him because sometimes you just need a break. But at the end of the day, he's just a young, very active Siamese cat doing young, active Siamese cat things. He just needs some love and understanding. He has so many beans. And he's pure Siamese, which they are a very, very smart breed. Very vocal. So when he gets into stuff, he really gets into stuff. Toot says he's sleeping on my chair while Gigi sleeps on the back of it. Oh, baby boys. My sons. Muffin says my boys were a bonded pair. The thought of splitting them up broke my heart. But we had to get the 2. Luckily we could. That's so good. I'm so glad you were in a position to be able to do that. Not everyone is, right? And that's okay. If you're not in a position to... I don't know what I just did. If you're not in a position to give an animal the care that it needs, You have to do what's best for the animal. In the end. Ozzy says, my 2 younger ones still act like kittens once in a while. Waddles has found out that an empty shelf on the wall is the perfect spot for him. And Beans loves to sniff you and bite you after a shower because he likes the body wash smell. Yeah, Glenn may or may not have been damp and smelled like pistachios this morning. Because he did try to investigate me and help with my shower. Welcome in, Cat. Hello, hello. We are talking about cats. And if you're new here, Toot and I, we have 5 cats. So 4 in addition to Early, who's here. Binks, the one who's been running around and yelling at me. Early is our old lady. She's 15 years old. Binks is a little menace. She's 7 years old now. We've got Gigi, our father figure for the younger ones. He's a black tuxedo. Yeah, Binks. And then we have the 2 kittens that we just adopted. We have Sam, who is a tabby, and Glenn, who is a Siamese. Sam is named after Sam Hain from the movie Trick or Treat. Glenn is named after Chucky's kid from the Child's Play movies. Mainly because we went in... We have a horror movie theme for the snakes. So we wanted to continue that with the kittens. And we went into the rescue thinking we were going to get a girl and came out with a boy, so we decided Glenn was the perfect name. Fall back! Thank you for the hydrate, Moon. Moon is determined to keep me hydrated here. Gigi is a good dad. He's a single mom who works too hard, for sure. It says Glenn took a long bath. Toot took a long bath, and Glenn was not okay about it. Yelp. Muffin says it's tough. I have fostered and want to foster fail, but it wasn't what was best for the animal at the time. Tough for me, good for the animal, for sure. A lost dog followed me home, and I did everything I could to find his home. We found his home, and I was devastated. I fell in love with him, but I knew it wasn't right for me to keep him. A week later, I heard scratching on my door and he had come back. His owner said he seemed happier with me, so I kept him. That's so cute. Alright guys, we are running up into an ad break. I will talk more about our snakes when we get back from the ad break. Or our children. But we run ads every hour to keep pre-rolls off for new people coming in. So I'm going to run 3 minutes of ads. You're not going to miss anything. I'm not going to talk. You're not going to miss any animal stories, anything like that. Just enjoy the 2 critter cams that are up. Unshrimp, stretch, whatever you got to do. I'll see you guys in 3 minutes. Let's see if this works. Oh, no, I don't want that angle of myself. Let's just turn that off. Unexpected webcam. So just going back a little bit. Shazzy says Ghosty is my favorite of your reptile babies. So Ghosty, Ghostface, who is an Arctic hog, super Arctic hognose, so he's like white and black, gorgeous little guy. Toot says each of them are my favorites except Springtrap. So Springtrap is my child through and through. This is Pow on camera right now. Thank you, Toot, for moving the food over. Springtrap is the sweetest bean for me. She is a California king. She's lavender. She's so beautiful. She's actually purple. And that's her enclosure that you can see on screen, but she doesn't often show up during streams. But she loves me. She's the sweetest little bean for me, just wraps around my hand and chills there. The second Toot picks her up, she musks on her. Every single time. Shazzy says Ghosty is her favorite because he's my favorite kind of snake. Jenny is beautiful as well. Jenny is a wild type corn, but he's like a high red corn. And Moon can't wait to hang out with the snakes again. Oh, your nibblings are very excited to see you. Ghosty was just a little worm still. You haven't met Springtrap. Hognoses are little drama noodles. Ghosty will not eat unless you pick him up and hold him while he's eating. Like, you have to lift him to his food and then hold him while he starts to eat. He's a little drama queen. And yes, you guys get to see Patrick. Muffin says, I wish to be lifted ever so gently and given a snack. Who doesn't? Who doesn't wish to be lifted ever so gently and given a snack? So this is Pow, who's on camera. She is a red-footed tortoise. She's about, I want to say 15 years old? 14, 15, something like that. So she's just a baby still. She's a juvenile. Because she will live to be 100 to 150 years old. So we're leaving her to Moon in our will. But her general diet is leafy greens and fruit. Apparently she's not hungry. She just wanted to feel the food under her feet. But right today she has strawberries, squash, and kale, which are 3 of her favorite foods. So she'll come back and eat in a bit. And then we've got, so this is Springtrap's enclosure. I don't think you can see her. Sometimes she is visible in her, in this hide here. So if she's ever up and you look in this little hide here, sometimes you can see her little face. But she's not there today. And Springtrap is named after Springtrap from the FNAF movies. Ghostface is named after Ghostface. Penny is named after Pennywise. And then we've got Sam and Glenn. Oh, camera. Oh, camera. Sorry about that, guys. It says, we talked about how the cats and snakes are our children. For Pow, we're her handlers at best. Yeah, we are roommates with Pow. We are roommates and hired servants. Like, that is our relationship with Pow. She's not our child. We live together. See, she's coming back now. You got to see some of the constant Binks handling. Yeah, Binks is very upsetty in her spaghetti that she can't cuddle me right now because I'm stitching. Am I stitching? I've been talking about animals for the last little while. I'm not stitching. This is a moon stream now. Moon is such a wonderful streamer. If you've never caught one of her streams, she is so warm and inviting and has the best community, which is why she often doesn't manage to stitch for the first like 45 minutes to an hour of her streams, because it's just chill, warm community hangouts. But it's fun to tease her about it. Chelsea says, I just took plastic away from a cat. Why do they have to stress me out with plastic chewing? Yes, Gigi is the worst for chewing on bags. And Glenn has decided his favorite thing to chew on and now swallow are floss labels, so that's fun. Moon says, I also talk with my hands a lot, so if we get chatty, I guess I'm not stitching anymore. Nope, exactly. I also talk with my hands, but you can't. I don't usually talk with my hands above. You might have been able to see me talk with my hands down here. Also, I'm working on Black Ada, so but you can see that you can see through it quite well. So this is a good tip. Let's actually talk about stitching for a second. If you are struggling to stitch on Black Ada, putting a white piece of paper, even if you take your tablet, like your PK tablet, and put that behind it, your phone behind it, something like that, it does help you see the holes a lot better. The other thing I recommend is getting a white cat and just putting the fabric on top of that, because you can definitely see the holes better if you have a white cat to hold your stitching in front of. Especially one who is calm and chill and likes to sleep on your desk directly behind your stitching stand. French says, I love how treating non-toys as toys is universally more fun than playing with actual toys. I mean, it engages your imagination more. They're like toddlers with 4 legs and tails. Yup. Muffin taking notes on how to stitch on Black Ada. This is 18 count too, so it's a little bit smaller. When I came back to stitching, so I learned how to stitch in the late 1900s. I came back to it around like 2010, 2011, something like that. Fell out of it again, came back in like 2018, fell out of it again, and came back for realsies maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And until maybe 2 years ago, I only stitched on 14 count Ada. Like, not only did I only stitch on 14 count Ada, I wasn't super aware that other options existed. Of course, now I stitch on all kinds of things, and I am a total linen convert. But I only stitched on 14 count Ada, and especially 14 count Black Ada still has that kind of nostalgic feel to it. It's like coming home. It's a comfort thing for me. And I feel that way every time I pick up a 14 count project, which is becoming less and less common for me because I really do enjoy stitching on linen and on higher counts. 20 count Ada is like my happy place because it's so itty bitty. It's so satisfying and small, but it's still Ada, so I don't have to count as much. And I think that's done with this color for this mandala. And I don't, when I'm stitching Quakers, I don't really like to go between motifs. Like, I know that there's some yellow in this one, but I don't want to hop over there. So I'm just gonna finish this off. Carry this thread. And we'll keep stitching our little Furby friend. This is 18 count black Ada, which I have 20 count black Ada and I consider doing it on the 20 count, but there's a couple of other projects I want to do on the 20 count. However, this is my big fatal flaw, especially with things like 20 count black Ada. I can get that. It's not hard to get. It's in stock at my LNS and my ONS. But I always feel like, oh, I can't do this project on it because I want to save it for this project. And it's like, I can get more. I'm allowed to get more fabric for projects. And I think I really do need to be better about allowing myself to get Ada for projects instead of just making do with what I have. Especially now our fabric stash is dwindling. I went through it the other day. I talked about it on stream the other day, about how I need to go through my fabric stash. Moon suggested going through the fabric stash on stream, which would have been a great idea. Moon says, by the way, who's the designer of that pattern? The designer of this pattern is the Cozy DH Stitchery. You could have found it on their Patreon in February 2026. Actually, why do I need to fix my project command? My project command worked. Goodness. I'm so confused right now. Oh, you don't have the designer. You're right, I don't have the designer. This was our Patreon. Our Patreon. Nastasia says, oh, I've heard of them. Did you know that the Cozy DH Stitchery actually has 6 exclusive marketwork needlework marketplace patterns? 6! And you can pre-order them at Barefoot Needle Arts, the Starlight Stitchery, and the Stitchin' Kitten. Yes, we have 6. Let's see for a second. I know. I'm trying to see if I can show you guys. Got a screening. Gwen says I can highly recommend one of them in particular. Fantastic, Gwen. I wish to show you in just a second. I'm going to show you this. Aha, okay. So this is one of our exclusives. This is called Believe. I don't know if I can zoom in on it. This one's called Believe. What says that one is just fucking cool. Thank you, thank you. And then we have, let's see, next. All right, these are the other, oh, they listed Cat Cafe too. I didn't realize that. So if you purchase Cat Cafe through Barefoot Needle Arts, that money is also going to go towards toe beans. So wholesale sales of it are going to go towards toe beans. So these are the other 5. This is the one that Gwen stitched for us, the Cozy Sasquatch Quaker. And if you've seen the Cozy Alien Quaker, similar vibes. But Gwen stitched this one for us. It turned out so good, and I love the way that they staged it. And then we've got the Wheel of Fortune Tarot Quaker. We've got the Halloween Tree, House on Cryptid Hill. This one is actually really cool. This is part of a thread collab. So you know how sometimes they do, like, here's a thread pack and a bunch of different designers design using that same thread pack? Stitch in Harmony is the name of the thread pack for this event. And this was we were asked to participate very last minute. Like, I think it was mid-June. So it was quite last minute. But this floss pack, my god, guys. It's called Stitch in Harmony. It's from the Thread Gatherer. It is silk. It is variegated silk. It was a dream to work with. And this entire thing, except for the red and the white, is from that floss pack. There's one color, and I use it in the roof and also as an accent in the trees. I need more of it. Like, I need more of it. Gonna catch up on chat a little bit. So yes, Gwen stitched Cozy Sasquatch Quaker for us. If you guys would like to be a test stitcher for us, I think that's the... Can't remember my own call. There we go. I think that's actually the wrong link. Oops. If you would like to test or model stitch for us, you can sign up. I'm going to give you maybe a correct link. If you go to the shop and you go to contact us, there is there's a link there if you want to sign up to be a model stitcher for us. But I love it. Gwen did a... What was the count on that linen, Gwen? It was like a... But it was a really, like, lovely evergreen, deep green. And then it washed out to this really, like, beautiful blue-green. Oh, gorgeous. It was linen, too. And, let's see. Toot asked, don't we also have a freebie coming out? We do. So all of the shops who sign up are given a free pattern just for signing up. And then how they distribute that freebie is up to them. So I'm not sure where you're going to be able to get it just yet. But we did design a cute little freebie to go with. Hold on one second. I'm just going to mute for a quick second. I swept and mopped my office yesterday, which means like everything is kind of pushed to the sides so I could get to the floor. But this is our freebie. Like I said, I'm not quite sure how you're going to be able to get it just yet. As soon as I have that information, I will give it to you. But I thought this was a cute little way to introduce us to new people. It's very, very us, I believe. Reese, welcome in. Good morning, good morning. We're just talking about Needlework Marketplace. So yeah, this little guy. And then, so this is another one of my bamboo hoops that I just took a red Sharpie to give it that extra little pop of color and to make it match, obviously, the stitching there. Toot, can I get a Toot or Moon? Can I get a shout out for Reese, please? Thank you, thank you. So yeah, let's get back to stitching on some Furbies here. But if you guys have any questions about Needlework Marketplace, how it works, where you can get the patterns or anything like that, feel free to ask. And like I said, in the Discord, there is a pinned post and crafting chat that I'm going to keep updating as I get more information from shops. But like I said, I sent out the catalog yesterday. I'm not expecting most of them to get back to me even this week, because I'm sure they are dealing with dozens of emails. And all of them are like, buy my stuff. Here are new things. Buy my stuff. The Stitchin' Kitten was like so on top of it. I think she had my stuff listed for pre-order like 2 hours after I sent the email. It was insane. Okay, what color? So we've got our little Furby face. This is the sleeping Furby. The awake Furby is the one that you can see in the project photo. So let's do working with my favorite color. This is honestly one of my favorite DMC colors. I think my favorite is 704, but this one is just a shade brighter than that. This is 16. It's called like light chartreuse is what it's generally called. But DMC 16 is this wonderful neon green that you can see here and in the outside here. This is only 4 colors. This whole Quaker is only 4 colors. And it is a neon green, neon yellow, neon pink, and neon blue. And I actually need to go to Michael's next week. Because I have 1,300 stitches of neon blue left, and that's how much thread I have. So that's going to be, I need to pick up at least one more skein of that. Oh no, I might have to go to Michael's. Oh no, I might have to go to Keymat. Oh no. Oh no, not Keymat. Michael's and Keymat? No. So we are planning on a like a little adventure. So Toot and I are both disabled. Toot has fibromyalgia. I have ME/CFS, and I don't even have lung damage anymore. It's healing up well, which is good. So I kind of have lung damage. I kind of have lung damage. Don't know what that means. But we're both disabled, so like a Michael's run is a little bit more intensive for us than it is for other people. But next Friday we are planning on an adventure. An adventure. We're going to a farm market for baked goods, and then we'll go to Michael's. I might also go to Keymat, let's be real. I have to give them some of their supplies back. So they donated all the supplies for Cat Cafe, And I actually am probably not going to use all of the floss, so I would like to give them back what we haven't used. But yeah, we're going on an adventure. Oh, I also have PNS, yeah. PNES, which is psychogenic non-epileptic seizures. Yeah. That's actually why I am a cross-stitch designer now, and why I can focus on it full-time despite it not making full-time money, is because I was a healthcare worker. I was a PSW, which is also known as a CNA, or a certified nurse aide. During the pandemic, I was doing home care for seniors. I was going into seniors' homes, helping them bathe, helping them cook, helping them get groceries, that kind of stuff, just helping them live their lives. I ended up with COVID 5 different times, and the last time I never recovered. So I basically went from being perfectly healthy, delightfully rotund, but perfectly healthy, to disabled pretty much overnight. But that really gave me the time to I was able to focus on things like streaming, things like the pattern design, and really try to build up the business to where we are now, which is we have our own site, we're in Needlework Marketplace. We have talked about going to through a representative being at Nashville Needlework Marketplace, which is a huge deal. So yeah, I'm very, very grateful that I am able to put as much energy into this as I am. And I'm really, really happy that I get to work with Toot on it as well. I might do the basic designs, but a lot of the ideas are Toot's. The final creative eye is Toot's. And not only that, they also protect my work time, so they support me and let me have that time to work on stuff. So it really is a teamwork business. So when I'm talking about the Cozy DH, that's me. When I'm talking about the Cozy DH Stitchery, that's myself and Toot. That makes sense. Commander asked Muffin if you don't like Michaels. Muffin doesn't know him. That's valid. If you don't know him, you don't have an opinion on him. Muffin was supposed to go Halloween hunting today, but the body says no. Okay, I'm here for more Raid Train instead. Excellent. More Raid Train. Let's go. Shazzy says, I think next weekend is going to be a Michaels run. I really need the coffin wax holder for diamond art. Ooh. 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 Muffin says, thank you both for all the work you do to bring us such wonderful designs. Oh, you're welcome. You are so, so welcome. Sasu says, we love a supportive partner, and you two make such a good team. Like, honestly, I kind of had a design period where I was talking to another designer about this, Tracy from Wrought Iron Stitching, and it's kind of like the design with the boomers phase, and I'm glad that I'm out of it now, because the stuff that we're working on now is so good. Like, the pattern that's coming out. Hi Juanita, welcome in. The pattern that's coming out for August's Patreon is, it's chef's kiss. And it was Toot's idea, and like very much Toot's aesthetic, and I just riffed on it. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. So yeah, I'm really excited for what we've got coming up. and what we've already accomplished. He says it's almost done too, about 250 stitches left. Yes, let's go. I kitted up your next one, right? I would need to welcome in. Get comfy. We are working on the Cozy Cursed Quaker by myself. I am a pattern designer. I work with my spouse Toot, and we design under the Cozy DH Stitchery.com. Thank you for doing the shout out, man. Yeah, I like talking about the design aspect and sharing with you guys some of the behind the scenes. I was talking to a few other designers. We have a very secret designer Discord server. It's not that secret. But we like to talk to each other. We talk. We share. We support each other. We share ideas and information. And one of them was, and so I was talking to them about Twitch because some of them don't know what Twitch is. I was like, yeah, I do co-working streams and I show them like what I'm working on. You guys have seen designs from the very first stitch all the way through to a finished model, which I think is the case for Cozy Cat Cafe, or just Cat Cafe, sorry, because I think I started that on stream. And one of them was like, I could never, because my first ones are so bad. Like I couldn't share that kind of stuff. But that's why I like sharing it with you. You get to see the absolute derp things that I design. And then my process of staring at the screen until I figure out how to transform the derp into something good. Gwen has a color finish. Let's go. GG's, Gwen. Moon says, I love seeing you design on stream. It's so much fun. Like it feels like, so you know how your brain kind of divides stuff into work and fun? Design feels like fun, so I don't always like feel like I can do it on stream because I need to be like working. But it's definitely the funnest part of my job. Toot is feral for the bad seeds. I'm going to be working on that one on Monday's stream. So if you guys come by for co-working Monday, 2 to 5 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be designing on stream our October Patreon pattern called the Bad Seeds. And it has to do with urban legends around Halloween candy. So good. A lot of mine and Toot's like design meetings are just us when we're in the car going to something being like, hey, this would be cool. And then bouncing ideas off of each other until it comes together in a sketch. And Toot says, I love the new direction we're taking so much. So do I. Oh. The next shop sample that Toot's going to be stitching up is our September Patreon pattern. You guys are sensing a theme. And I am so proud. I did a humpback whale. I did a really good looking humpback whale wearing a very fancy little vest and a white collared shirt. I'm so proud of my humpback whale. Toot says the best ideas happen during Minecraft strip mining. That's because that is the same dopamine farming equivalent as cross stitch. Moon was wondering if they should pick up cross stitch a few years ago, and obviously they did end up picking up cross stitch, but she wasn't sure if she would like it, if she would stick with it. So I asked her one simple question: Moon, do you like strip mining? Do you like mining in a straight line in Minecraft? And she goes, that's my favorite thing about Minecraft, is mining in a straight line. I'm like, then you are gonna love cross stitch. It is mining in a straight line. And I am not wrong. Oh, thank you, Muffin. Muffin's seen my whale. That was another pattern that I did pretty much from scratch on stream. But I think Mike was saying that it's also interesting to see like how I set up my print pattern PDFs and how I set up my PDFs for digital releases and what goes into each step of everything. And like just how much goes into each pattern release. And he just says that's such a good analogy. Anna, hi! It's been so long since I've seen you. Hello, Anna. I have a little tiny knot. A little tiny knot. We actually don't have many new patterns coming out in August. I think actually the only new pattern that's coming out in August is the Patreon exclusive, which is Summer Camp Slasher and Cat Cafe. I think those are the only two, because we've been so busy with Marketplace. But obviously we're releasing 6 new patterns for Marketplace, so those count. And the Patreon Mini, yes, the Patreon Mini, which will be voted on. So I'm actually not sure what it's going to be yet. Anna wants to get a bit of knitting done before working on your final project for the summer semester. Blech. Blech, I say. It's Saturday. You need sugar cereal and comfy pajamas. Moon says you're running a fundraiser too. We'll be busy. Yes, it will be busy. I'm gonna say. And the Patreon Mini, yes. So every month, all of our paid Patreons get to vote in a poll for the mini that they want that month. And one month it's going to be an animal mini, and one month it's going to be a Build-A-Witch, which is a series where I give you a witch, like a little tiny witch, and then I give you all the elements from that witch, and all the elements work with all the other witches, so you can like mix and match and build your own. So it's either a Build-A-Witch or an animal mini, and August is going to be an animal mini. I've already set up the poll. It's going to be so much fun. I'm trying to get a jump on my August work. Not just an animal mini. Yes, an animal doing human things mini. It's animals doing human things. Herder taxes. Toot or Moon, could you do the Patreon command, please? My keyboard is like over here. I can't... If I were to put my keyboard on my desk behind my stand, which would be the obvious place to put it, Early couldn't sleep on my desk, so Early is taking priority over my keyboard. Because I have a cat right here. This is my cat. Thank you both. So that's the link to our Patreon. It's been really fun doing posts for the Patreon the last little bit. I've been doing a lot more than I usually do. But it's been good. I've been talking about like more of the behind the scenes of doing different designs and stuff. No, Puggle, you are right on time for the train. Come on in, take a seat, grab a coffee. Snacks will be provided in the dining car. Ree says the struggle of trying to stream and stitch. I use a virtual stream deck and put all the important chat commands on it, so I just click. I was doing that. I use Touch Portal, but because Toot and I both use Touch Portal, it would often mess up where one of us could use it and one of us couldn't. And because they stream games, it's a lot harder for them to switch to typing. So I have stopped using Touch Portal so that Toots doesn't get messed up. There is a dining car. You can see it on screen. As you can see, today's snack is kale, strawberries, and butternut squash. Pow has been enjoying that. I don't know where she went. She's probably directly under the camera again. Also, the skull you see in the back is her hide. But she pushed all her bones in there, and so there's not actually room for her. I could get my own account. I might look into doing that. Ooh. There's Pow. And Nasasia says, it's a slow-moving train. You can hop on and off when needed. Absolutely. The schedule is pinned at the top of chat. So if you fall off the train somehow, you will know where we are going. Almost a Toot reveal on that POW cam. Yeah, that went way too far. I'm so sorry for that. And Puggle is loving this design. Thank you. This is my own design. This was our Patreon pattern in February, and it's coming to the shop in October. So I want to have my own shop sample for it. But this is the Cozy Cursed Quaker. It's a long Quaker, not quite a bell pull. It's a little bit too thick for that. It's 200 by 100 stitches pretty much, and it's got 3 central medallions with a bunch of surrounding medallions of tiny Furbies, tiny Furby eyes, that kind of thing. And it's in 4 colors, although I think it would also work as a monochrome. If you had a really cool like neon fabric, you could do it on a monochrome. Black or white, I think, would look really good as well. Cursed Furbies, yes. I love. We are becoming slightly known for our unhinged Quakers. And I love. The Cozy Moon Moth Quaker came out, and that is the most hinged. Thank you for the shout out, Moon, as well. I meant to say that. I need to add Puggle to my auto shouties. Keep forgetting. Do it for more. We all loved a bit of unhinged. Yes, our designs are definitely a little bit unhinged. Some of them are pretty hinged. Some of them are not. Yay, Nastasia got the badge! So I have 2 badges that are available. One you get for watching me for an hour. The second you get is if you sub during the stream. Which, obviously, not expected. Do not feel like you have to. But that's the 2 badges that are available for this particular stream. I am very grateful to Moon and Nastasia for organizing this raid train with her like kind of not lesser known streamers, smaller cross-stitch creators who don't really have a larger network. They built a network for smaller streamers, which is absolutely incredible. I love what they've done, and yeah, I'm very excited. Very excited for the raid train, getting to know a whole bunch of new people. I don't know where I started that sentence. I was talking about badges. Yes. 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 Garrett! Speaking of another streamer for the raid train, if I could get a shout out, please. Puggle says my leg of the train starts 12 hours after yours did. Oh, that's what I was saying. That I'm very grateful that I get to be the first stop on the train. I think it's going to be such a fun day. I'm really looking forward to just hanging out all day. For 24 hours of cross stitch, my objective was not getting 24 hours of cross stitch done. It's getting as far as I can on this project. Because this is actually not my active shop sample project, this is my active Quaker project. Puggle says you get to kick us off and then chill for the rest of the trip. Exactly. Nastasia says my back is not looking forward to it, but oh well. It'll be fun! It'll be so much fun. And Shazzy always forgets how to change their auto shodies. I just forget to like set them up. Puggle's gonna start their first even weave project. Ooh, exciting. I have like a, not a love-hate, but a like-dislike relationship with even weave. I find that certain even weaves are very plump. Like the strands are very round and the holes are very small, and I don't like that one. The one where the strands are smaller and the holes are larger, like the strands and the holes are about the same size, those even weaves I like. But it's hard to know which is which until you actually have them in hand, so I haven't really bought much even weave online. Hey Beyonce, welcome in. What project are you going to be starting on the even weave? And are you doing over, you're doing it over 2, I'm guessing? You'll definitely need to concentrate at first until you get it down pat. I find that with linen and with even weave, once I get into a groove, I'm good. You'll make it simple and do it over 2. Good. Good, good. Like, it does take me a while to kind of like kerchunk my brain. Maybe like 5-10 minutes of stitching to kerchunk my brain over to doing something over 2, and then once it's there, it's like the same as stitching on Ada. It's very mining in a straight line in Minecraft. Alright, so, whoops. Is there more green in this medallion? No. Yay! Commander got their Miko emote set up. Miko is our amazing stream artist. You're doing the life in the cottage sound by Need a Lot. Oh, that is so cute. I love the chunky chicken. There's a chunky chicken in that pattern. Oh, they're so good, Commander. I love them. So the running joke in Commander stream. Commander is a gaming streamer, variety gaming streamer, and he his headphones, my love, my dear Commander, my bro, my silly mate from another mother, has one set of headphones that he has duct taped together to hell and back. uses this headset on stream, and I love that the duct taped headset is in his emotes. It cracks me up. Muffin said I had questions about the headset, but I did not wish to be rude. It's not for lack of bread like the Grateful Dead. It's fully a matter of choice. Fully a matter of choice. We adore Commander, we do, but he needs a new headset. Chink. That headset has been taped up for 5 years now. Okay. Although, to be fair, I just threw out some pajama pants that were like 6 years old, so I'm also guilty of keeping things past their best before date. Hi, Deontay's dad. I hope you enjoyed your eagle cross stitch. That was very pretty. Deontay says I put DH on the TV to see how long my parents would last watching, and the answer was less than a minute. Her dad was like, "What is this?" Okay. Moon says, "Convert him." He would have tried, but Mom was like, immediately no. It is probably more tape than a headset by now, Puggle. And Toot says, "Didn't your brother buy you a new one and you're still using duct tapio?" John duct tape. Yeah. Chazzy was saying, it's gonna say it's like having a favorite hoodie even with all the holes in it and the cuffs not being cuffs and all frayed. Like, valid to have preferences as to how headsets sit on your ears. But I'm sure there's a pair that you can purchase that does not require duct tape. But yeah, it's so valid to not be able to deal with certain kinds of headsets. Where did I put my needle? The back of my needle minder. Also, isn't this the most cursed needle minder? Toot found these as a pair of earrings. I have 2 of these. They have like little dangly butterflies that I honestly might take off because all they do is sweep up and get stuck to the magnet. But yeah, they have 2 little dangly butterflies. Toot found this as a pair of earrings at Hot Topic. I don't know why I just said Hot Topic like that. Hot Topic? Topic. And I had to turn it into a needle minder. It's not a great needle minder. I probably wouldn't use it. I don't use it for day-to-day projects, but it needed to be used today. Carrot says cursed. You mean beautiful. Thank you. And Muffin says looks normal. Maybe I've been hanging out with y'all too long. Yes. Definitely, but you're also ours now, and you're not allowed to leave. This is 100% a cult. I'm threading a new needle. That's what I'm doing off screen. I just keep leaning back. Commander will be buying a new headset shortly. You're waiting for a new job. Yeah, valid. And yeah, you are a you're a tech, an audiophile. That's the word that I was looking for. You have audio preferences. Whereas I'm like, hey, this one's $30 on Amazon. Hopefully it lasts another 12 years though. That's the thing. I buy 30. It's what is the name of the guy from Discworld? About there's a quote in Discworld about the boot theory, and you can spend $50 on a good pair of boots or $2 on a crappy pair of boots. But you have to keep replacing them, so you end up spending more on boots than if you had just bought the $50 boots. Vimes, thank you, Vimes. Buckle says the raid train's really just a way to convert, recruit new cult victims. Community members. Well, so Toot picked up cross-stitching, got me into it. We got Moon into it, who got Mander into it, who got their friend JS into it. And then we also got Lady K, although that might have been partially Beyonce. So this is the most successful cult Toot's ever started. To date, anyways. But we do have to go for a break. Where's my break screen? There's my break screen. We do 30 minutes of ads. We do 3 minutes of ads every hour to keep pre-rolls off. Two minutes until the train starts a rolling. Welcome back, friends. I hope you had a good dinka or dinkum, whatever you got during break. My hi Binks. My keyboard is Binks is yelling at me. My keyboard is like all the way over there, and I was typing weird. Anyways, hi, welcome back. We do that to keep the pre-rolls off so that anybody coming in can just dive right into the stream and they won't have to worry about sitting through a KFC ad. Some of my ads think I'm French from France. No, some of my ads think that I'm in Quebec and I get like the French McDonald's ads. It's okay, Nastasia. No worries. We know what we're doing. Your middle kind of looks like a Furby face. It is a Furby face. It's 100% a Furby face. This is the Cursed Quaker. This is a Furby, and this is the Furby, and there's going to be a Furby here, and a Furby here, and a Furby here, and a Furby. There's lots of Furbies. There's also lots of cat fur on this. If there's one thing that attracts cat hair like nothing else, it's black Ada. When I'm framing pieces, I have a lint roller right here. When I'm framing pieces, I will lint roll it before washing, I will lint roll it after washing, I will lint roll it after ironing, and then I will lint roll it the millisecond before I put it behind glass. But I also like to do it in the middle of a project because it's more satisfying when it's nice and clean. So yes, if you weren't here earlier, I'm working on the Cozy Cursed Quaker. This is one of my own designs. It will be available in our shop in October. I just want to have a shop sample of it. We did have a test stitcher, a model stitcher stitch it up, but my model stitchers don't actually send me the pieces. They keep the pieces. So I just have pictures and I kind of want one for myself. Huggle says, my potions temp sal is on black. Still finding the odd rabbit hair. No one's redeemed the bunny cam redeem in a couple of weeks. They get everywhere. Muffin just literally stitches over it at this point. Yeah, I do as well. There are many, many projects that have stuff stitched into them. Fur, whiskers. Probably snake shed at this point. Carter!
Good morning,
welcome!
starshine.
Carter, I have...
The earth says hello.
Thank you so much for the gift sub, Anna! Thank you, thank you! Well, Carter, you are blessed on this day because we are doing a raid train for the next 24 hours. It is all cross-stitch all the time. All cross-stitch all the time. We are going to raid on out to another cross-stitch streamer who's going to raid on out to another cross-stitch streamer. You are going to find so many cross-stitch streamers. I also love frogs. I do love frogs. And Anna, thank you so much for the gifts. And Commander, thank you so much for the bits.
The earth says hello.
Thank you, thank you. Alright, so we gotta pull out the community scrapbook. This is my book of stitches. This is the community scrapbook.
Good morning, starshine.
Ziggy Cat, thank you so much.
The earth says starshine. The earth.
Are my alerts over? I think so. Ziggy Cat, Reese, thank you so much for the follows. Thank you, thank you. Commander says, come on folks, let's kick off the raid train with a hype train. Commander, thank you so much. So, this is our community scrapbook. Every time you sub, gift subs, or gift bits, you get a sticker. So, Anna, Commander, let me know if you see a sticker that you like. a pumpkin that you like. I've been pointing out this cheesy grin one all stream. I like him. This one that's on fire might be good for Commander. Also, sorry, I just pointed with my middle finger. You need the green one with the shades? Yes, definitely. The one that looks like he's going into the danger zone. White gourd with giant smile. You got it. Into the danger zone. All right, let's get these labeled. So I do this every month. I did like a Summerween theme. Carter says, I don't know if this counts as self-promo, so sorry if it does, but I was considering doing a cross-stitch stream later today. Depends if I have enough fabric for what I want to start. Oh, have you done do you stream cross-stitch pretty often? Toot, could I get let's get a shout out for Carter there. So, do you stream cross-stitch? What do you want to start? Tell me all the things. So this is Commander. Commander. And that was 200 bits. Yup. And this one is for Anna. I almost just misspelled your name because I forgot how to make ends. And this was a gift. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, thank you. I made my ends like backwards and almost made it into an A. I don't know what I did. So there is our community scrapbook for the month. I do one every month. This was June's with our crafter theme. Then we had May with our Star Wars theme. And then April was my Army of Gnomes. I really liked the April Army of Gnomes. That was fun. And next month is going to be cat themed for our cat themed. What? Med's still not kicking in, huh? What did I do? What did I forget? What did I bounce around? Anyways, next month is going to be cat themed for our cat themed fundraiser. Oh, with the not being able to make an A. Anna says I signed an email and mayor. You are the mayor of your own destiny. Alright, we're doing early camp for just a second. This is early. He loves me. I love her. If you guys have multiple cats, you kind of know cats have a human and then a spare human. And then you love all your children equally. But then there's that one child who's just like extra special. Who's your heart kitty. Early's my heart kitty. And I am her person. I don't think Toot's actually seen her in weeks. For mayor, please. Her, I'll tell her she said you say pss, pss, pss. We're just having a little bit of early time. Okay, go back and sleep, girls. Time for Furby. Carter just got back into streaming. You stream knitting, but you've cross-stitched for coming up to a decade now. And you want to remake your first big project, which is the portrait of Chi Chang from Deftones. Oh, that sounds ambitious. That's going to be cool, though. That is going to be cool. There are many cross-stitchers on Twitch. And like I said, if you hang out on the raid train today, you are going to get to know so many of them. And it's Oh, it's gonna be so much fun. I am the first stop on the train, so we are kicking things off. Probably in about 45 minutes, we're gonna head out to the next station. But yeah, until then, you can hang out and cross-stitch some Furbies with me. If you guys are working on any projects this morning, let me know what you're working on. I would love to know. I love talking about other projects. I love talking about cross-stitch. Like, every now and then I get in the mood. I just want to talk about cross-stitch. I don't have any like particular subtopic in mind. It's not like I wish to talk about my projects or I wish to talk about full coverage methods. I just want to talk about cross-stitch with somebody. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I just want to do it. So sometimes when I'm in that mood, I'll just message Moon. Be like, Moon! I'll just start talking at Toot, and then we'll end up brainstorming a really off-the-wall design. Callie says I'm back to working on your P5. Oh, the Persona 5 one? That's intense. If you guys haven't seen Kylie's Persona 5 cross-stitch, it looks so good, but it is huge. Call back! Mouse, welcome in. Beyonce is starting the Stitcher Tarot card from Black Waltz. If you can get it to work in Pattern Keeper. Ugh. If you can't, sorry, I was about to offer some advice. We don't do unsolicited advice here, so I'm gonna stop doing that. And Mo says, good time zones, friends. I'm working on making a cross-stitch D6 prototype to determine if I actually want to make a cross-stitch dice set. Ooh, that sounds really fun. You're doing them like 3D, like stuffed? Commander says, I feel like we've all been neglecting hydration today. Don't forget to keep this train moist. Oh yes, we are moistening the train today. Muffin is working on Got the Morbs by Modern Folk Embroidery. It's such a cute pattern. I've eyed it on and off. That and there all are equal in depth patterns. There are quite a few Modern Folk Embroideries that I want to do. There is one enormous Quaker that I want to do. It's something like 32,000 stitches. I want it. Callie says the autoconverter chose a weird color for one character and stalled me for over a month being annoyed at it. Oh, it sounded like it needed a timeout. It definitely needed a timeout in that case. Not quite stuff, but using plastic Ada instead of cloth Ada. Oh, that's cool. Juanita says this is clearly a steam raid train. Yes, we run on water. That is, we are quite moist in this train. You've heard of Snowpiercer. Get ready for a Hydrate Piercer. Muffin has had it in stash for a while and wanted something with just one color for brain foggy days. Very, very valid. That's why I like having multiple projects. I don't like having too many whips. And I know that it's really common in the cross-stitch community to have many, many whips. I have 5 at the moment, which is quite a lot for me. Actually, no, that's a lie. I wanted that to sound good. I have 5 at the moment, which is more than I've had recently. But I don't like having too many whips, but I also like having enough whips. I have a knot that I'm trying to not knot. I like having enough whips that have enough different techniques. Because if all of the projects I'm working on are the same technique, the same kind of fabric, the same like style of pattern, I get bored and I need to start something new. So I have like one Quaker or sampler project. I have one like Then I'll have like one small and then one large and then a shop sample usually. And right now I have 2 large, so that's where my extra whip is coming from. Mike says, I'm working on a fierce-looking possum with a rainbow background and the word screaming is self-care by cross-stitch with art. Amazing. Diggy's working on a Monet piece with 50 colors. Some days you don't want to mess with all that confetti. That is valid. Very valid. And thank you. Welcome in. I'm so glad you hopped on the train. And Walnut says, I bought 28 count even weave, which you've never worked on, and now you're too intimidated to work with it. And you can't find a good project for it. Oh, that's too bad. I actually just finished a pattern on 28 count even weave because it works up if you do over to like a 14 count. That was a really nice little stitch. It was on mushroom Lugana. Color was mushroom, not made of mushrooms, but it was mushroom Lugana, and I just did a little sampler on it. It was really sweet, I think. But I totally understand. The first time I tried linen or anything over 2, I was deeply intimidated. Danny is lurking for the raid train. Thank you so much for the lurk. Sally says, I felt that and I don't even do cross stitch. You were too tired last night to work on the ghosty diamond art. The amount of colors I had to mess with. Yeah. So like I have 2 large pieces with many colors right now, and that's kind of like they're both taking up the same slot in my brain, so I'm not really working on both of them at the same time, but then I feel guilty for not working on them, so I'm working on neither of them. Welcome to my brain. But yes, then that's why I don't like having a large whip load, because then I get decision fatigue and I just don't work on anything. Here it says, oh yes, I accidentally designed a piece that had 40k of tan confetti, and I'm not sure what was going on at 3 in the morning when I was working on it, but I regret it now. Oh, I feel this deeply in my soul. Deeply in my soul. Muffin says, at some point this weekend, I went to organize my whips into bins and label them low, medium, high energy. That's actually a great idea. That is a great idea. Because a lot of people would organize them by like size or style, but if you have them organized by energy, then it's a lot easier to make a decision in the moment. That's a great idea. But Lady K redeemed a tarot reading. Let's do that real quick. Not real quick. Let's take our time with it. It's going to be nice. And Puggle says, I love your little furry pal there. Are you talking about my needle minder or my my early? Need to bring this needle up here. My needle minder. Yes, this was a set of earrings that Toot found at Hot Topic, and I needed to make it into a needle minder. It's not the best needle minder because this eye is like round, so it slips. It's so regular and normal, isn't it? Yes, it is very regular and normal. But Lady K has requested a tarot reading. So I pulled a different deck out. This is my Line Strider deck. This is actually my favorite deck. So I'm going to do just a 1-card draw, and we're going to see what the day holds in store. Not just for Lady K, but this is kind of for everybody. Same as with the Wisdom of Cryon. This is for everyone. And you can see where your day's going with a little tarot reading. You do this every Saturday. the card shuffling ASMR is I fail to shuffle my cards. But this deck is absolutely gorgeous. And I picked up this tarot pouch at our local coffee shop, which is a horror-themed coffee shop. If you couldn't tell by the fact that I'm drinking a Degrassi Junior Dye coffee. Right. So. Got my... And I am also not a proficient tarot reader in that... Oh no, my pendulum fell apart. Oh no. I'm not a terribly proficient tarot reader in that I still need to look at the book. However, I think I'm pretty good at interpreting. So let's do... What? 1 cut? 2 cut? 3. We got the 10 of Swords. Interesting. Reversed as well. Also, isn't this gorgeous? So Swords is an air card. And like I've said before, it's very, the suits go from ace to 10 in a story. So this is the end of the story. And the sword story is very depressing. It's very depressing. Like, you might know the 9 of Swords is pretty infamous for being like a literal nightmare. But the 10 is betrayal. It's the end of something, but not a happy end. It's a brutal end. However, I pulled it reversed, and I want to keep it reversed because I think today is not a day of endings. I think it's a day of beginnings. I think the fact that we drew the 10 of Swords as a symbol of beginnings rather than something like death or the Fool, something that also signifies a new beginning, is this one's giving us a little bit of caution. A little bit of caution about, like, maybe not jumping in with our full feet. But also, I really love that the way that I pulled this. Like, if I pulled this way, the deer is facing downwards. You see, he's falling. But because I pulled it this way, he's injured on this side, but he's looking up, he's looking forward, he's moving away from the danger. So I think it's a new beginning, but it's a new beginning with a sense of, I'm going to be careful. I've been hurt in the past. This is a new beginning. I'm going to be careful. I'm going to keep the lessons of the past, but I'm moving forward anyways. So I think that's our message for today. Not a super upbeat message, but our message for the day nonetheless. And it's interesting because our card from Cryon was also about transitions from, you know, the paradigm of the immune system to the paradigm of the thymus. So both of our readings today had to do with changing states, starting something new. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Alright, that was our tarot reading. Thank you for redeeming that, Lady K. Whoa. Gotta resettle in my seat here. A new project? Ooh, yes. Maybe it's a new project in, like, from a designer that you didn't particularly care for before, or something that you found difficult before, but you want to give it another shot. Yeah, kind of like a difficult new beginning. Definitely a good day for a new project. Definitely a day for a new project. And Anna says, I can never remember which card means what. You gave up on tarot, but you enjoy getting readings. I really like using tarot as... I don't feel like it can predict the future, but I feel like it can tell you a lot about what's going on in the present. Not just because it knows things, but because it highlights what your brain is already working on. It kind of focuses your thought into a specific area. or forces you to look at something that you didn't want to look at inside yourself. Chazi says, I have a book on my Amazon list for my runes, but I've yet to order it. Yes, I have a set of OM sticks that I really want to learn how to read, but I have not gotten into that yet. But the sticks are really beautiful. They were made for me by a friend from sticks that they scavenged from a wooded area near my my grandmother's house. Lady K says, I do have some new projects, but I do not know how large these would be. Your biggest hoops yet. Puggle says about tarot, people can get clarification on things, or a new way to look at / cope with things. Exactly, yeah. It really focuses what you already know. And Carrot says, did I say Puggle said that? Did I say, okay, Puggle said that. Carrot says, I was just talking about this the other day with a friend. I think it helps you just focus if you let it. Yeah. And Toot says, my Oracle deck reads me to filth, so it's in timeout. Dollar Shadonuts, I get the it's not all black and white card again today. Probably would. Toot has a gorgeous Oracle deck, but it is nothing but sass. Nothing but sass. And you'll find that with people who work with multiple decks, is that different decks kind of have different personalities, and you kind of have to work with them to get to know them. The line strider that I just used, I have the best relationship with it out of all of my decks, and it is kind of brutally honest, which I think is why it gave me a beginning card that was an ending card, if that makes sense. Moon says, I think you have to make sure it's leaving. Because it wants me to be excited about a new beginning, but at the same time, it's like, you can't... Don't get ahead of yourself, because... Be careful. Miko, hi, welcome in! Miko is our incredible stream artist. What? You love my needle minder? My cursed needle minder here? Long needle minder. I want a DJ Furby so bad. They are the canon long Furbies. I have a DJ Furblet. Not the same. Chelsea says, we went to the Pagan Fest a few years ago. The runes called me, so now I am here with 2 sets and no idea how to actually use them, but they're pretty. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. So, if you're not sure what a Furblet is, here's one I prepared earlier. Here's my DJ Furblet. He's Lil, and then he gets. How do I do? I think it's the thing. He gets long. He's a long boy. And then if I hit a button, I think it's. Where's the button that makes you go small again? You go small again. I love my Furblets. He long. Now he's small. I do have an actual Furby, but I got him off of Marketplace, and he doesn't actually work. So these are my Furblets. I only have one DJ Furblet. Muffin says they're just spawning. These are the special Halloween ones. He's still talking. Hey, Argyle! Muffin says, I have a set, but it just sits on my shelf looking pretty. My first reading was from Moon earlier this year. Oh, that's so nice. I'm so happy that Moon could give you your first reading. Early is so upset that I took the Furblets down from their perch. I don't know what's worse, that the Furblets were there, or that I could reach them all from where I'm sitting. But yeah, my actual Furby doesn't work because I got him for $10 off of Amazon, off of Marketplace. But I wish to have a real Furby someday, or DJ Furby. They're just very expensive, which is the problem. The Furblets are cute because you like close them, and then close them, then they go burp. And then one of them is a rock. I think this might be the rocking Furby. Let's see. One of them is a gamer and says gamer things. Okay, I'm putting them all away. Oh my god, you can still hear them. I've already added the Nightmare to Throne. So we have a Throne wish list. If you wish to purchase from a Furby, that is an option. You do not have to. It's just a thing we have available. Oh, things down. We do have a Throne. Most of it is stuff for the kids. And by the kids, I mean our animals. So if you want to check it out, you can. Buy them treats, buy them toys, buy them some food. Yeah, this is early. Why is nobody recognizing early today? Early, I don't think people are used to seeing your tail. Okay, where we go? Ah, Early's little striped tail, yeah. Shazzy says, my aunt is going to teach me things when she retires from her job. I'm excited to learn, and even more excited that it'll be my aunt who will teach me. Oh, that's so nice. Mouse says, my sister and I had Furbies when we were kids. We moved and they got put in boxes that were left in the garage for 7 years. Oh no. That sounds truly cursed. Batteries were corroded and fur was falling out, so we're going to toss them for safety. My sister put them on the bench to go grab a trash bag. They woke up and started talking. Very demonic-like, but very much alive. Carter says, to this day, Furbies still kind of scare me. I watched too many creepy toys come into life videos as a kid. Oh my god. The Mouse, I would have been looking for an old priest and a young priest, I'll be real honest. And then kept the Furbies because clearly they were attached to me. Muffin is trying hardest not to mention the Shelbys. The Shelbys were Furbies, were like a Furby clam mashup that Moon went on a deep dive for. It was phenomenal. People aren't used to exactly, yeah, seeing her tail. Yep. Well, I think it's because her tail is so much darker than her body, but yeah, it's early.
Good morning, starshine. The earth says hello.
Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Walnut. Welcome in, welcome in. Miko saying about the ruins, the ruins. I got myself a book and made notes about all runes. I usually pulled a rune from the satchel every morning and then stopped. I should get back to it. That's exactly how I feel about tarot. I'm gonna redo my book, my tarot notes, because one thing that I really love about tarot is how the cards interact with each other and tell a story. And I want to redo my notes to kind of reflect that, but this is my book. I have my Wheel of the Year. What are you recommended reading? So I have like all my major arcana, cups, pentacles, wands, swords, just ace to king. But I think I want to redo this in more of like a chart format so I can see how the same card in swords relates to the same card in cups, if that makes sense. Which I think might make it a little bit easier to memorize, because then you're not memorizing every card individually, you're memorizing 13 cards and 4 like you're memorizing 13 parts of a journey and then 4 suits that influence that journey. If that makes sense. Fuzzy says, the learning from my aunt has been a work in the making for a few years. I now wear a witch's knot ring. Oh, that's lovely. Ah, yes, ruins. Muffin says, I love that. I think I already read that. Toot says, well, I checked my oracle deck and it said we should go to Reptilia. Did it? Did it say you should go to Reptilia? Did it really? Miko says, I have a digital grimoire, but I really want to start making my own physical book. This is the book that I have.
Good morning,
I've only filled in like this many pages.
The earth says hello.
Hey Carter, thank you for the follow. I've only filled in like this tiny bit at the front. It is a really lovely notebook, but I'm almost thinking of abandoning it because I have ADHD and that's what we do with really nice notebooks. And doing something more like my Book of Stitches, which is a 6-ring binder, so that I can move stuff around and make it more functional. And that's why I moved to a 6-ring binder for my... Oh my god, my thing is falling. And then you buy another really nice notebook and the cycle continues. Listen, Shazi, you don't have to call me out like this. Listen. Moon says that Toot's deck did not say that. But I switched to a 6-ring binder for my Book of Stitches because I was using a notebook before, and then the notebook would fill up and then I'd start a new one, but it was very it was a log. It was more like a scrapbook that you would like look back at after you've done it. So it was more of a decorative object than a functional object. Does that make sense? I just made a boo-boo. It was more decorative than it was functional, and I wanted something that would be functional. So I got the 6-ring binder because I can...
The earth says hello.
Sandy Luhu, welcome in! Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the follows, all the new friends, all the subs, all the gift subs. You guys have been fantastic. This has been such a lovely stream. But I like using the 6-ring binder because I can move stuff around. So I have my active whips in one section. I have my finishes in one section, and then I have my FFOs in one section. So part of it functions as a what's going on now, part of it functions as a showcase of what I finish, and part of it is a to-do list for FFOs. And then I also have like just sections for notes and stream stuff, and it's I almost just did the exact same thing I just frogged. But yeah, I really like the way my book of stitches is set up. Carter says, what is FFO? A fully finished object. So, like, if it's finished, you finish stitching it, but an FFO is like, it's framed. Or it's now a pillow. That kind of thing. Muffin says, I put a bunch of notebooks in a bag to donate. Forgot about the bag for months. Found it the other day and took half the notebooks back to keep. That checks out. That definitely checks out. Carter says, just checking, and unfortunately I don't have enough fabric for a cross-stitch stream today. Might try and catch the next train. Absolutely. If you want to follow Moonphased and Nastasia, Toot, if I could get shoutouts for those two. They are the ones who organized this one, and they did an amazing job. Big round of applause for them. Nico says, I also want to have a notebook for herbs and a tea journal. Yes. Tea journal. Herb notebook. So good. But what I have been doing with that notebook is I was filling it in bullet journal style. So I had an index at the front, and then I was just using the next blank page for whatever I wanted to put in next, which in theory works well. In practice, I could never find anything. So I think it's time to switch. And Sandy said something. Yes, that Furby eyes. I don't know if it's just the double blue circles around eyes. Yeah, it's Furby eyes. The Furby is trying to hypnotize you. Yep. This Furby is asleep. That Furby is awake. Yes, Muffin, a tea journal does sound good. If I was the kind of person to try like a bunch of different teas, I would definitely keep that as just like a record of stuff that I've tried. Although I'm kind of getting there with coffee. I have so many coffee options. Not beverage journal. Nastasia says flashback for them on the notebooks. Yes. Yeah, unfortunately, notebooks are definitely a weakness. And yeah, Carter, if you stick around, we are gonna chug on out of the station, and I'm very excited to see all the different stitchers, see what everyone's working on, see everyone's different methods, see how they have their stream setups, that kind of thing. Mouse says the cube is complete. Excellent. Excellent. And Muffin had a tea and bag calendar. We've done those a couple of times. Those are really nice. Especially if you're able to like make the time to have the tea of the day. It's so lovely. We used to be like heavily into tea drinking. Like we were those loose leaf tea drinkers who are like really into drinking loose leaf tea. We were those people. Now I'm a coffee drinker. Carter says something about their eyes. Nope. Also imagine waking up in the middle of the night and it's just talking. I'd leave and never come back. Yeah, the $10 Furby I got, he doesn't really work. Because you're supposed to be able to press the gem on his head and then he like wakes up and interacts with you. But the gem on his head doesn't work. Like, it's not connected. It's not properly connected to the rest of it. So it'll just activate on its own. And he'll just start talking on his own. So I took the batteries out of him and he just sits in my windowsill and looks pretty. Because, no thank you, that will not be happening. Especially because he speaks English. Like, the Furblets speak Furbish. Sanchez is cursed. He is a free Furby. He will not be bound by the gem. Yeah, I also have a Chucky doll in my office. Although technically I have a good guy's doll. He may or may not be Chucky. I kind of like to call him Tommy. Because of one of my favorite scenes in Cult of Chucky? Maybe the series? Wasn't that the whole thing about Furbies and why parents thought they were possessed? Yes, because they just start talking. So there's a bit in one of the Child's Play movies and or the Chucky series where Alex is... Alex? I'm blanking out now. That might be the actor's name. Anyways, they're pretending to be census workers, and they go into this house, and they're like, "Can you show us all your dolls?" And so the little girl comes out with a good guy's doll, and the doll is like, "Hi, I'm blink blink Tommy," and then Alex shoots him in the head, and it's actually a Chucky doll. But I love that bit, so that's why my good guy's doll is named Tommy. Andy, thank you. I don't know why I had a brain fart. I think the actor's name is Alex. Did Chucky finally stop hogging the shower? That's a different Chucky doll. And no. Which is exactly what Toot said. Same with Hatchimals, if anyone remembers. I remember Hatchimals. That was just part of my ignorance. As if you thought there was only one Chucky doll in this house. We also have the Glenn and Glenda dolls. We don't have a Tiffany doll yet. It will not pardon Muffin's ignorance. Shall not be pardoned. We like horror here. That's why our snakes are named Springtrap, Ghostface, and Pennywise. And Sandy the Sandworm, of course. Hey Luna, welcome in. Good morning, good morning. We are working on our cursed quaker. Yes, reference to FNAF. We're big FNAF fans, have been since the first game. My PC is named Scraptrap because he's assembled from all the pieces of other computers, and for a long time was only alive due to spite. I don't think he has any of his original parts anymore, except maybe the battery. Not the battery, the power source. Muffins is the place I get my horror PJs, just got new stuff. Yes! Springtrap was your favorite character for so long, but then Glitchtrap came along. Glitchtrap is pretty good too. A little bit more goofy and less scary. My absolute favorite character from FNAF is Mangle. Ozzy says that they argue with their niece that Glitchtrap is better than Springtrap. It's a fun argument. Yeah. No, my absolute favorite is Mangle. Our non-binary king/queen. Luna is finishing up Between Paws and Planets. You're down to the last 200 stitches. Oh, that's so lovely. That is by Infinity Bear, I believe. I feel like I need to give an honorary mention to Withered Bonnie. Oh, Withered Bonnie with the eyes. So good. That's actually how we got our start designing. Was because we couldn't find any good FNAF patterns. They just didn't exist at the time. So I Thanos'd and said I'll do it myself. And I made quite a few. One of the ones that I'm pretty proud of, and Toot stitched this, but the ending cutscene from The Happiest Day was like the entire level of that cutscene Toot stitched. Muffin needs to goog. FNAF is a deep, deep rabbit hole. There is so much lore and so many theories. It is wonderful. Watching Mark's playthrough is like my comfort show. You know how some people go back and rewatch Friends for the 100th time? That's me with Mark's playthrough of all the FNAF games. 2, 3, 4. Little drinky drink. Everybody hydrate. Drinky drink. Fall back. Thank you for the hydrate, Moon. And it says my brother got into FNAF, but I did not. Yeah, I mean, valid, but also, it's amazing. It manages to be scary, yet goofy, but engaging, but silly. Like, it doesn't take itself too seriously, but it really draws you in. I would recommend for FNAF content, Mark's playthrough, Markiplier, and Rye Toast for commentary and theory crafting. And if you want to watch some really funny content, Moon's VODs. Moon played through FNAF. Played FNAF 1, 2, 3. You played through FNAF 4, I believe. It was so fun. It was so fun. Moon had to take the escape key off her keyboard because she kept freaking out and hitting it by accident, thus ending the run. Rye actually showed up to Moon's stream for 4. Yeah, I freaked out because Rye stopped by one of the streams. It was wild. Yeah, I think it was FNAF 4, and they were offering you a bunch of tips and stuff. I was like such a fanboy over in the corner. I was just like, oh my god, it's Rye Toast. They genuinely seem like one of the sweetest people. Yeah, every time I've interacted with them, they've been just a good bean. And a non-binary creator, we stan. We gotta stick together. So yes, unfortunately you can't find any of the FNAF patterns on our shop anymore, for legal reasons. I got scared. We got a takedown notice from Warner Brothers over a Beetlejuice pattern, so that scared me. Although weirdly, we have 3 Beetlejuice patterns up and they only claimed 1. It is what it is. We persist. Still check out our shop, if you like cool, weird patterns like this one. And I will keep updating in the Discord. I will keep updating the list of shops that are offering our patterns for Marketplace pre-order. If you aren't familiar, Needlework Marketplace is an online trade show, virtual trade show, where most LNS and ONSs get their patterns from, their paper patterns from. And we are vending there. We are selling our paper patterns to shops. So if I've already released on our socials, we've teased all of our patterns. We've released all of our patterns. You can see the patterns. They're very cool. I love them. I love them. Toot loves them. We're so proud of them. But some shops are offering that you can pre-order them through their businesses. So you can pre-order our patterns, and then the shop will buy one and send it to you after Marketplace at the end of August, which is so cool. That is really cool. I'm still not over it. So I will keep updating the list in the server. So if you do want to support us and buy those patterns, you have places to go. She says that it was a great business decision to start focusing on our own designs. It really was. The stuff we've put out since then has been some of the best stuff we've ever designed. Really fun, really clever, really cute. I mean, I shouldn't really talk myself up this much, but at the same time, we're a business trying to hustle, so I will talk myself up. I think our designs are great. Well, yes. So check out our shop. Check out our Discord server. We are actually going to get ready to raid on out to the next stop on our raid train. Heck yeah, if not in your own stream, where else? Alright, so we are going to raid on out to our next raid train stop. Give me one quick second. One last little bit of early cam. Shazzy said, and if you don't cross stitch, but you still want to support Toot and DH, you do have, and you do diamond art, you can make diamond art from their cross. Yes. Shazzy has made diamond art from our stitches, and it looks amazing. It looks so good. Okay. So we are going to, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this. Alright, I want to make sure my captions are still here, so that you can hear what I'm saying. No, that's wrong. Alright, so we're going to get ready to raid out. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This has been an absolutely lovely stream. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the new follows. Thank you, Commander, for the bits. Thank you, Anna and Moon, for the gift subs. Thank you, Toot, for the gift sub. Thank you, Lady K and Charlie and Jilly for the resubs. Carrie, welcome in. Dude, if I could get a shout out for Carrie. Alright, so what we're going to do, we are heading on to the next stop on the raid train. She's just getting started. But we're going to go hang out with her for a little bit. Oop, that's not the right one. Ignore that. Don't copy the raid message. Get this one. Alright. I automatically hit raid. Grab your train message. If you are sub, grab the first message. If you are not sub, grab the second message. We are heading on over. We're going to go see Cookie Defender. Grab your messages. Get ready to roll. So my friends. Wait. My friends. New friends. Old friends. My goodness. Hang on one second. I'm just pulling up our next stop on the raid train. For some reason, the raid is Twitch is twitchy. Why are you being twitchy? I'm trying to raid out to the next person. Okay, here we go. Aha, success. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to start the raid. Grab your message. My friends, old friends, new friends, thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you in the coffee shop. I'll see you in the Discord server. But most importantly, my friends, I will see you in Early's comfy closet bed. Alright, bye-bye. Bye.